Yeah, 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 yeah. Big three, come on. Yeah, 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 yeah. Three. Now that's a magic number. Got the homies balling out for the whole damn summer in that 4-point circle with that ghost ball of purple. If you check the roster, got a 3-head monster. Now them killer threes are like killer bees. Start dropping threes like trilogies, like companies, like PIGs. Got them ball hogs hogging that 3-on-3. We got the power to do it BIG. We got Tri-State coached by the DOC, so don't hate on Lisa Leslie the Great. It's Nancy Lieberman, head coach, leading men. We got new teams, we got new schemes. We got bivouacs, aliens, and enemies. And they coached by the glove, commissions the glide. Coached by the oak, coached by the Iceman. No fight, 10 had to warn Rick Mahorn. They told Rick Barry half court looks scary, but it ain't. Unless you caught in the paint, on the give and go with ISO Joe. If you wanna bring the fire, it burn you slow. This is Fireball 3 and that Swaggy P. Cause we taking the summer and we bringing it live. It's the Big 3 with season 5.
It is day 2 of the Big 3 season, Chicago, Illinois, and the first of our triple header between the Aliens and the Enemies here on Fire, DAZN, and YouTube TV. And the Aliens getting ready here in the Windy City, taking aim at the Enemies. And of course, Ice Cube looking on here in Chicago. And welcome, I'm Ed Cohen. So great to be joined by the White Mamba himself, Brian Scalabrine. Only downside to yesterday, hey, we didn't see you on the court. But the good news is just an awesome first day of Big 3 basketball.
The talent, Ed, was on a whole new level. Guys are ready, they're in shape, they're making shots and making plays. This Big 3 season is going to be remarkable.
A lot of star players, no question, in the Big 3 season 5, but the coaches, names themselves as well. And look at the baddest bad boy of them all. Rick Mahorn with the Aliens, champion with the Bad Boy Pistons in 1989. And he's got some really tough guys on his team, Scal, including the captain, Dushan Bullet, going from power to lead the Aliens in 2022.
Yeah, Dushan, there is no question. He came into this league and people were wondering what type of player he's going to be. He put all those things to bed. He was a dominant player. Got to where he wanted to on the floor, and he has sort of an international flavor with this team. I'm excited about watching this Aliens team.
As for the Enemies, looking to rebound from last year, but there is continuity at the head coaching spot as Gilbert Arenas, Agent Zero, back at the helm, former Enemy player himself, a 3-time NBA All-Star, just a great scorer with the Wizards. And the hope is that Elijah Stewart can be a great scorer this year, Scal, for the Enemies.
Yeah, he was a surprise player to me last year. I didn't really know much about him, but he came in and he did work. He can operate from the outside and operate from the inside. A lot of eyes on Elijah Stewart.
Let's take a look at the rosters presented by PNC Bank. Aliens, not just Dushan Bullet, but Carlos Las Manos won gold with Latvia at the Tokyo Games in 3x3 for the Enemies. Swaggy P. Nick Young is the captain, and Scal Isaiah Austin a force in the Big 3 in his rookie year last season. Let's take a look at the odds. Our Big 3 game lines. Hey, the Aliens, they are the favorites as we look at the 3 games today here in Chicago.
Yeah, people like the Aliens. They think Dushan's going to do some work. Ball Hogs right now only getting a 1.5 points. And probably the matchup of the night, Power, surprisingly, getting 3 points in that game.
Never doubt the doctor. Dr. J is back, leading Tri-State. Had a really good year last season. All right, the rules in the Big 3, unique to the best 3-on-3 basketball league in the world. Target score is 50. You must win by 2. There's no game clock. Shot clock is 14 seconds. And unique to the Big 3 is the 4-point shot. Player must be touching one of 3 4-point circles, each 30 feet away. If they knock that one down, Scal, it's worth 4 points.
Yeah, don't forget to bring the fire. It's like a challenge, but you play for the foul call. A lot of good things going on in this league. And we had some bring the fire in day 1. Some pretty heated one-on-one matchup.
Can't wait for the Ball Hogs Game 2. I know that you're a broadcaster now with us.
No, I root for the Ball Hogs. No, I'm going for the Ball Hogs this year.
Is Captain Emeritus a good nickname for you?
That's pretty good. My Mama's pretty good too, and I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. Someone ranked it a top 10 nickname of all time, so I'm pretty sure I'm holding on to that one.
You've got 10 options. That's the best part. All right, enemies start. Stewart on a step-back 3, and the long rebound to Las Matas. Bullet, Las Matas, and Deshaun Stevens for the Aliens. Swaggy P with the rebound, along with Isaiah Austin. And now Elijah Stewart for the enemies.
Yeah, Stevens is a big-time force in the paint, big time.
It'll be really interesting to watch Las Matas airball shot, and good thing for the enemies it was, because it's a shot clock violation, not a chance at a putback for the Aliens.
Yeah, that helps them. I'm interested in watching Stevens. He is long. Like, he's not as tall, but he's going to play center. He is athletic, a freak, and he has long arms, so big-time wingspan.
What, 6'8", plays like he's 7'4"?
Yeah.
Las Matas knocks down the 3.
Coming off a gold medal. You know, I sneaky watch YouTube of 3X in the way that style of play. Las Matas is good. Plays fast, and he's a good athlete.
3-0 Aliens. Austin denied. Good D there by Bullet. Stevens over Austin. Banker, no. And Bullet's so crafty and wise in knowing where the ball's going off of this. Hangs, can't finish, but he'll take a shot for 2.
It's a good example of it. He knows in 3-on-3, he plays at a 3-on-3 pace. Take a look. He counters, and every time he drives, he's going to get his shoulder into the defense. You know, in 5-on-5, you might not be able to do that, but in 3-on-3, he kind of understands where space is on the floor and gets that ball to space.
Scal, you've lived it. You're a big 3 guy as a player, now as a broadcaster. The Aliens really as intriguing a team as we have seen in the 5-year history of this league.
I like what they're doing. You know, like these guys coming off the gold medal two years ago, or I guess it was last summer. It's just one of those things where can that style work compared to here?
Las Matas with the rebound. He's 6'7", 28 years old, from Latvia. And Bullet, 36, from Serbia. Oh, high-low game. Stevens had to play defense for a moment. And the shot clock violation here on the Aliens. And there is the always entertaining Rick Mahorn.
Yeah, and one thing I'm happy about being here versus on the bench, he used to talk trash to me while I was sitting down. It actually bothered me, and no one gets under my skin.
Austin, reverse lane's good. Nice move in the post against Stevens.
Yeah, great patience, waiting to get his angle to the basket.
They struck gold last year. Austin, #1 pick in the draft in 2021. Lob to the rim. Stewart got a piece on the attempt to Stevens. It's going to stay with the Aliens, 6 to shoot.
Yeah, Duson's got to attack a lot more. If you're going to throw that lob, you got to engage Austin in that coverage.
5-2. Aliens with the early lead in game 1. Got your Ball Hogs, Killer 3's game 2. Power and Tri-State to round it out on day 2 of this Big 3 season. Las Matas, runner, too much. Biggie and small. Swaggy P, long range, way off the mark.
Man, enemy spacing not as good as the Aliens right now. You want to pull those guys way over here, have a guy in the corner, guy in the wing. Top and wing is not going to give enough room for Austin to work.
These guys know each other, but first time playing together in the Big 3. 4-point shot, Bullet knocks it down. And the Aliens with the early 9-2 start.
I was talking to Dusan at the hotel, and he said there's a lot of rules I like about the Big 3. The 4-point shot was one of the things he brought up.
He's a weapon from there. Stewart going downhill with the finish.
Yeah, big-time Euro step, getting right to the basket, high off the glass. Nice play. Stewart's going to have to score.
Yeah, Bullitt was, you know, this nearly a ball hawk a couple of years ago.
Yeah. The whole FIBA thing.
Oh, Stevens with the alley-oop jam.
That's the aggressiveness I was talking about. Dusan getting downhill, engaging Austin. That lob will open up.
11-4, Aliens looking good in their first game together. Leaner, oh, you can't teach length. That was pretty.
That's a good job by Austin, pulling Dusan out and getting to his spot.
Austin, 28 years old, 7'1". Up, hit one from there earlier. Off the screen. Bullitt now for three. Nails it! And the Aliens, a 14-6 start as we've hit the break in game one.
Yeah, watch Dusan get downhill, aggressive, and throw it up. Stevens, maybe one of the best athletes at his position, throwing it down.
Day two in Chicago this Big 3 season. Ed Cohen, Brian Scalabrine with you. And Scal, I mean, we knew that Dusan Bullitt was a threat in the Big 3, but he has looked great with his new teammates in the early going.
They run action. They're going to throw the ball, hand it off, come off a screen and roll. They're going to have their spacing is going to be locked in. They're going to have a guy with Stevens that can run to the basket and go over the top. They call that vertical spacing. They have all the things you would want in this. Now, the difference is the enemies are going one-on-one, which most of the Big 3 is played, playing that ISO ball. But the Aliens, what makes them uniquely different is they're going to run some of that action from 3X, and they're going to see if it can work over here. Now, it might be one of those things where, as you can see, they get off to a great start. It works on the very initial, and then eventually teams make adjustments to it. Let's see if the enemies make an adjustment to all that action, and they can settle this down, because right now it looks like there's two different teams out there.
I'll give it Arenas going to his bench. In comes Seth Henry, number 22. Keith Benson wearing 34. Both draft picks this year along with Stewart. The fadeaway, too much. And Benson behind, pushing off against Deshaun Stevens. Yeah, Bullitt winning bronze with Serbia. Lasmanis taking gold with Latvia. But you think about the rivalries, let alone at the Olympics, and now they're teammates in the Big 3. Lasmanis off the mark. Stewart with the board. Pocket pass. Drive, too much.
That's a nice pass by Elijah Stewart. Just watch how he hangs that ball wide, snaps his hand. I didn't know you knew what a pocket pass was. Take a look. There it is right there. Proud of you, man. I didn't know you had that in you. I didn't know you had the street cred to know what a pocket pass is. You should use some of your more slang terminology.
You know what I do? I watch you.
I don't ever call. I call pocket passes later. I'm surprised. I want more of that.
There are the pocket pass guys.
Do you know what in his bag means?
I know what his bag is.
All right. Yeah.
Oh, Adam Drexler. Yes, the son of Clyde. Gets in too deep and misses. Stewart fades. Benson crashing, but it comes to Bullitt.
Yeah, good job by Lasmanis on that. On the block out. Right now, Aliens small.
Oh! Elijah Stewart! You've got to be kidding!
Lasmanis ain't seeing that in 3X.
A two-hander running start down Broadway. Las Manos, nobody's fouled. All right, I think that last dunk deserves another look.
Yeah, this is, put him in a body bag right here. Oh my gosh. Wow. Why not jump? You gotta jump. Elijah Stewart took off like an airplane.
Carlos Las Manos, we love you. Welcome to the Big Three.
Oh, he had no problem. He took the next possession, shot the three, and got fouled. Now can he stick the 1 for 3? He does.
Got it. Unflappable. But Stewart, and there were some great moments yesterday with the highlight, the early salvo for best play so far of this Big Three season. Zach Henry. Never hit the rim. Bullet, clothesline, scores in a foul, and it's on Stewart.
They got the end one, did not hit the rim. Good play by Bullet, recognizing I don't have to take this thing back. What would you consider play of the day yesterday as we watch? That did not hit rim, feels the foul, goes right up. Great recognition by Bullet. I thought the block from Beasley from the floor coming back into the play was huge.
You know, he got knocked down.
Yeah.
We heard the spill to the deck, and he got up and went straight to the spot.
Yeah, that was a big-time play. Beasley, nice addition to the Big Three. Same with Gerald Green.
We'll see Garland Green later today with Tri-State, Gerald's brother. Austin against Drexler. The switch runner's not there. Stevens with the board. Bullet. Look at him go. Pull up for 3. It's good. Over Austin.
The skill level of these guys is unbelievable. We saw Dusan do this last year. He's picking up right where he left off.
Good hands by Adam Drexler.
Look at Bullet taking his time, goes between the legs, high arcing shot, splash.
Aliens 22, enemies 8. Drexler, lob deflected, and it just skids away from Stevens, who took it back, but was out of bounds.
Stevens is a live body. I like the way, and they have, Dusan's teammate is not here because of visa issues. They have another guy who's legit.
Tomislav Ivasev should be back next week.
I wasn't even gonna attempt.
Austin against Drexler's foul, and Isaiah Austin will get a 2-point shot. It's amazing what Bullock can do. Doesn't have one of his top guys this week, and yet the Aliens looking in mid-season form with this early lead.
Well, Tomas he's better than people probably give him credit for. We know Dusan can play, but these guys are good. I like the action they run.
Into traffic. 2 to shoot. Stevens in and out. Another chance. Stevens scores from the paint. First to 25 gets it to the break.
He was in Europe and he was watching a game and saw Stevens play and said, I found him in the draft. I'm definitely going to take him.
It is pretty cool.
Great pickup.
The international flavor on this Aliens team. Oh, Austin flicks it up and it nearly went down. Can you imagine? But he'll get a shot for 2.
Big time play. Austin's a good player. He's got great skills. Here he is, between the legs. Almost drops that in.
Scally's a great story. Out of Baylor, was really among the top entries into that draft in 2014, was slated to be picked, but before the draft, it was learned he was diagnosed with Marfan syndrome. Genetic disorder affects the body's connective tissue. But here he is now, year number 2 in the Big Three, a former #1 pick last year.
And you can tell the reason why. He has his skill level is off the chart. He can shoot it, rebound, has length to block shots. You see why he would be a top prospect.
This will be Keith Benson at the line for a 2-point shot. Enemies last year 1-5. Trying to get a little more momentum earlier in the season under Gilbert Arenas.
Yeah, this is a sprint. It's, you know, it's game one. You have to get off to a good start, or else you're climbing out the whole rest of the season. So a lot of these come down to 1 or 2 possessions.
Osmanis back in, denied. Benson with the swat.
On that action again, Stevens was open on the weak side. I just like the stuff that they run.
Next point gets us to the break. Stevens wants to go one-on-one against Benson. Banker, no. Great D by Bullitt. It's going to stay with the enemies with 12 to shoot.
Dusan said it was out on him. How about that?
Wow.
He's honest. There's not a lot of that going on out here.
That is first class.
That is big time. It was out on me.
Austin bumped, shot is good, and the foul.
These team fouls are going to come back.
All right, you're Dusan, you're a gentleman. You made it the right call.
Yeah.
But hey, let's hope that 2, maybe 3 points don't hurt the aliens because he's a good man.
Well, enemies is creeping back in. Let's see if the Dusan or anybody from the enemies can send this thing to halftime.
Bullitt switched on a Benson. Pulls up, three-pointer. Austin with the board against Stevens. Look at the handle. Pull up, three-pointer. Tip comes up short. Look at Bullitt working in there. This will land out of bounds.
It's not a bad shot if you think about it. You have Stevens, their best rebounder, pulled out, and you're left with your 2 smalls blocking out 2 guys who have definite size advantage.
Look at the size. Here's Benson, 6'11", over Osmanis, and scores at the rim.
Wonder if this inside play is going to wear out the aliens.
Let's get to your point. A little 7-0 burst from the enemies. Get a little closer before we get to the break. Osmanis against the bigger Austin. Fakes, leans in, blocked. What a shoot, Stevens. That's where the 14 seconds, you have to be so alert when there's a block or a deflection.
So now you see the enemies are just switching all that action, and they're not getting beat off the dribble.
Went reverse earlier, denied there. Bullitt, teardrop. Well, that's on Austin for holding up Osmanis.
15 foul on enemies.
Next one will put them in the first half penalty. Bullitt made a 4-point shot earlier. Osmanis straight on, hits it, and we've reached the break in Chicago. Aliens, a 27-15 advantage here against the enemies.
Well, look at Deshaun Stevens. The length, the athleticism, the jump hook. We're halfway through game 1. Aliens 27, enemies 15.
Right here. And then like 2-3 minutes going ahead. And we're gonna try to beat him up inside real quick. And then from there we're just gonna play guard play. if you got the small on you, go down. Because if the big man helps, he's on the back end cleaning it up. Rebound. Let's just, hey, switch.
Lake Michigan and Chicago, my kind of town. Scal's kind of town. Halftime of game 1. Aliens by 12 against the enemies. This is day 2 of the Big 3 season. Yesterday, some of the stars here in week 1. A 30-point game for the reigning MVP, Joe Johnson, in a win for the triplets. Michael Beasley, impressive in his Big 3 debut. And Darnell Jackson, huge finish for the Ghost Ballers in their win at the end against 3's company.
Yeah, Darnell Jackson might be one of the most underrated players in the league. Well, let's not talk about someone that's underrated. Dusan Bullet, he is getting it done. Right now, 4 for 6 field goals, 14 points, and he is dominating this game. There he is right here again, stepping back, splashing. Aliens started out really moving the ball. It seems like the enemies want to go to more bully ball. We'll see if they try to do that in the second half.
So the enemy has put together a 7-0 run there late in the first half. Got a little closer, but the Aliens, the sharpshooting, the play of Stevens, too much in that first half, and they lead by 12. First game for the Aliens together, led by the captain, Dusan Bullet. And Scal strong first half, 14 points, made 4 shots, 2 threes, and 1 from the 4-point circle.
Yeah, just his way of dominating this game. That's what is separating it. He has the ball in his hands. He's getting everyone involved. He just has a great pull. And he did the same thing last year with power. And you know what went on? I drafted him. He was going to be a ball hog.
You were the visionary.
Yeah.
You saw it.
This guy's tough. That didn't work out because of FIBA, but now he's back. And better than ever.
Took a couple of extra years, worth the wait. Las Matas bobbled the pass, drives. And last touch by Benson for the enemies.
One thing you see with Las Matas and Dusan, when they drive, they put their shoulders into the guy because they know they have to make sure that that guy does not jump up and block their shot.
Oh yeah, Bullet, Stevens, and Las Matas for the Aliens. Bullet three-pointer. Knew it was off. Austin fighting Bullet there. And poked out of bounds. Enemies with Benson, Austin, and Stewart to begin this half. So a little bigger than we saw them to begin the game with Benson on and Swaggy P on the bench.
Yeah, I think the way to go against the Aliens is to pound them inside. Try to hit the glass. Get their big out and try to go right into the paint just like that.
On cue, and Benson twirls and scores against Bullet. Great body control by Keith Benson. Played 3 NBA games out of Oakland University. Las Matas spotting up, drills the 3.
Elijah Stewart got sucked in on that Stevens roll. from there, he gave up that 3 to Las Manos.
And Stewart bumped by Las Manos. If you're just joining us, it was Elijah Stewart with the dunk of the day, at least to begin this first game. A two-handed running dunk down the lane for Stewart in the face of Las Manos. Here's Benson over Stevens. Bullet fakes, give and go. The cut, and he scores.
So crafty. Little pass fake right there. Nice job, Dushan.
He sees the floor and is in complete control. It's so much fun to watch.
Yeah, he's got a great pace to this game.
Aliens box 15. Austin backing down Las Manos. Gets by him and scores, but wave it off. Austin cannot believe it. Offensive against Isaiah Austin.
I can't believe they called that either. I remember when I guarded Greg Oden, and all Greg Oden did was that 5 straight possessions, and they only called fouls on me. See how different it is? How's this guy got more cred than me?
That was 3 years ago. You've recovered. You can talk about it. Thank goodness.
Yeah, that was a tough moment.
What was that, Birmingham?
I don't remember. How do you remember these things? I don't get. Ooh, nice move. Las Manos is really starting to figure out his game. I'm going to space, catch and shoot, or drive closeouts. Pretty simple for him.
Must say, it must be great to be back here in Chicago. Scal, they loved you with the Bulls. Is Stewart with the finish, and he nearly backpedaled into us. Nicely done.
That was all for dramatic effect, but that was a great move. He's got great length and good body control as well.
34-19 Aliens. Bullet going to work, switched on to Henry. Las Manos open. Too much. And Stevens, look out.
All right, watch this play by Las Manos. On the catch, watch him drive the closeout, get to the other side of the rim, and lay it up.
Austin taking Stevens off the bounce. 5 bounces later, it's good.
Tough move. Man, he's got a great handle.
He's emerging one-on-one as one of the hardest matchups in the Big 3. 6 to shoot. Stevens denied, but a foul. Austin is going to get a little frustrated. That's his second since the break.
All right, watch Stevens gets the mismatch, comes over, he goes up. Did they call that on Austin? That was a good block. No, that was a good block.
Start to peek over at Gilbert Arenas. Would he go over and bring the fire in that case? But not going to use a challenge now on that block. Scal, Big 3 foul shooting so critical. You get 1 shot for 2 points on a 2-point foul. Stewart the drive. Bullet never hit the rim to Stevens. Missed it, but a foul.
Yeah, and really, free throw shooting becomes really important late when you're in that bonus, where if you make this, you get 2 points and you get the ball back. There were some critical,
huge,
like season-changing free throws missed in day 1.
I saw it late in the Triplets Trilogy game especially. Kept Trilogy in the game, but Joe Johnson eventually closing it out. Henry look off the drive. Good defense, but he's fouled by Las Manos.
Game's getting called a lot tighter today. Felt like it was much more physical yesterday. Here's the drive. 1, 2, he's straight up. I'm not sure that's a foul either. No, not in the Big 3. That's a play on.
Zach Henry taking aim. Henry 10th overall pick in this year's draft. LA guy out of Linwood High School. Aliens by 13. Bullet doubles. Look at the defense and a late whistle and a foul. And for the enemies, that's number 4 in this half. 2 of those going against Austin.
Yeah, 2 more fouls and you're in the bonus. Nothing from Gilbert Arenas. You want to contest that.
They've got Las Manos against Austin. Stevens. Bullet now. Working on Henry. They're just going to stay with the Aliens, only 7 shoot. And Gilbert Arenas will go back to Benson and give Austin a breather here. Love it, Scout. Bullet's always ready. 3-pointer, short. So aware of when to throw it up and get a good look every time.
Yeah, he plays Z, pick and roll, as good as you can. And that's a mistake by Las Manos. Should have went right up for the layup.
Big 3, you don't have to clear a steal or a shot that doesn't hit the rim. You can go right back up. Bullet, crossover, throws it up and rejected out by Henry. Las Manos is blocked by Stewart as the enemies getting it done defensively.
Yeah, very good play at the rim. That was going to be a lob dunk to Stevens. All right, take a look. Good block by Elijah Stewart at the violation. Enemies picking up their defensive intensity.
He is Agent Zero, coach of the enemies, Gilbert Arenas, as we go inside the huddle.
Is our ball right? Is our ball? Deep corners. Who is Hassan guarding? Whoever he has, we're gonna isolate him at the top. And then 2 deep corners. So if they even come in, don't even hesitate. Right? You left-handed, right? Yeah. You on his left side. If he's right, if Hussein is on him, you go left, you go right. You go right. You on that side. So if that person tries to help, it might be your man. It might be your man that's coming to help. Deep corner. Whoever it is. Henry. Elijah.
Let's see those smiles. Let's see that happy face. Let them know you're here.
All right, so you heard right there, Gilbert Arenas trying to go at a matchup, but the key is he wants to space the floor out. So they're going to kind of go at Dusan at the top and look at the spacing on the floor.
Stewart has Bullet in the paint. And another whistle. It's been physical, chippy, and tight since the break here in game 1.
I think Dusan went up to him and said, hey, I'm going to give you a 5, but that was not a foul.
Elijah Stewart, USC, Spirit of Troy, Scal.
Yes, it is. A lot of good players coming out of USC.
Stewart,
DeRozan.
Yep. Lisa Leslie. Sam Clancy.
Oh, that's my guy.
Brian Scalabrine. Las Manos open. Stevens a save, but could not work it back in bounds. Stewart went to Westchester High School in LA. It's alma mater of Trevor Ariza. Actors Neil Long, Regina King. Think of Friday, Boys in the Hood, and a guy named David Blumenthal.
Yeah, another teammate of mine.
Nice move there by Zach Henry.
That's a good adjustment by Gilbert Arenas. Spreading the floor out, going from the top of the key, giving the most amount of space.
Enemies within 9 now. Bullet, drive by Benson, gliding to the rim. Wanted a foul. Henry spotting up, nails it,
Nice
and
run
the enemies
here.
chip it away.
Yeah, nice run here by the enemies. They found their groove. And it doesn't look like all that action that the aliens were running earlier is working it.
13-2 run, but Las Manos with a crease. The finish to get us to another break. Aliens a 38-30 advantage.
All right, to drive.
Father's Day in the Big Three here in Chicago. Adam Drexler, you see him with the Aliens. His team up 38-30 on the enemies. And it's Father's Day, so when you can bring someone on and talk about their son, it is so special. We are joined now here in the Windy City by the commissioner of the Big Three. He's Clyde the Glide Drexler. More importantly, he's Adam's dad. Clyde, this must be really special for you.
Well, I tell you what, Father's Day in itself is enough, right?
Yeah.
Happy Father, and then to be with your son on Father's Day, he's doing well, his team is up, so it's going to be a good day, Scal.
I want to talk about this team. When you, and here you guys are.
Yeah, Adam was assistant coach with me the first year of the Big Three on Team Power. That's him.
Was he always asking, like, hey, I want to get out there. I want to play in this league.
Yeah, he's never been afraid. He's not afraid of the peer pressure. And he's got a nice game. He's done a good job of comporting himself, and he'll do well in the Big Three.
What impresses you most about his approach now as a player in this league that he knows so much about?
Well, Adam's a hustler. He's a rebounder. He can play great defense. He can shoot. He can drive. He's an all-around player. He can defend anybody from a point guard to a big guy. So he adds a lot of value as a versatile player in the Big Three.
One thing I noticed, maybe because it's now I'm on the sideline, the level of talent has doubled. The players are so much better than I feel like, and the additions are great. Did you guys notice that as you were building this league for this year?
Yeah, well, you know, when we put the team together, these guys are really competitive. They're highly talented. And in 3-on-3, Scal, as you know, you cannot hide.
Can't hide.
You got to be able to score, and you got to be able to defend. It's a great teaching tool. Every NBA team should have a Big Three team, trust me.
Now, Clyde, you got to close as well. Enemy is keeping it close. They're within 6 now at 38-32. But coming back to Adam, he has said that you didn't push him into the game of basketball. He kind of found it along the way when he was older and himself. How proud are you of what he's become as a man, but also the fact that he found the game the way he did?
Well, he put in the work, and he loves the game. He's a gym rat. He's always working on his game, and he's healthy finally. You know, we've lowered our age limit in the Big Three, and Adam went to the combine, and he impressed some of these scouts, coaches, and player captains, and he's made it, and he does it on his own. He wouldn't have it any other way, guys, so I'm proud of it. And on top of that, he's an outstanding young man.
Yep.
I'm an outstanding young man, but I decided not to play in the Big Three anymore. You know, I noticed last year when I was out there, it's like, man, the level, and you lowering the age limit really opened up the league. Yeah. There's a lot of good young players that didn't necessarily get their opportunity to play, and they're coming out here and showcasing what they can do.
Absolutely, and you can see there are a lot of guys who slip through the cracks. Their games are good.
Yeah, they are.
And they just need a platform to showcase their talents. And that's what the Big Three is all about. It's the best professional basketball in the entire summer, and there's nobody better.
Clyde, let me ask you this. who's more popular? You in Portland, where you became a Hall of Famer, or Adam in Japan, where he was incredibly popular?
Well, everywhere he goes, people love him. They love the way he plays. It's infectious. You know, he's a good team player. He understands the game, and he does well in the community everywhere he goes. I tell you, he's an outstanding young man. Proud to call him my son.
Is he going to next winter go play somewhere else?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, he's going to continue to do it.
Oh, he
come here and then also go play wherever he can get a chance.
He's young. He's hoping to get a chance to go back to another NBA team.
Aliens 44 now, Enemies 32.
This is a legit team.
Oh, they're good.
Oh, yeah.
They make every shot, Scal. You know how physical it is, but the thing that can change the physicality is if you can make shots from the outside.
For sure.
Clyde, pleasure as always.
Guys, continued success. Scal, love you. You guys do it. Do it!
Don't be a dad. Thank you for joining us as the commissioner, and happy Father's Day to Clyde the Glide Drexler here in Chicago. See if the Aliens can close it out, give Adam Drexler a win in his Big 3 debut as a player. Austin with the stuff against Las Manos.
All right, so here's set the scene right here. Bonus for Aliens. So if they get fouled, they'll get a free throw and a chance to go back. So let's see what kind of possession they get out of here.
Stevens with 4 to shoot, out of a double. Bullet steps into one, drains it, and just before the shot clock expired.
Are you sure? I don't have a red light, but I heard a sound before that ball was released.
Really close. Stewart gets 2 back.
All right, we could have a game winner opportunity right here.
Point game for the Aliens. Game 1 in Chicago. Bullet. You know he wants it. The drive, bump, throws it up. Decked, and he is fouled. 1 shot for 2.
This is a great move. Goes between his legs and just like a little hesitation. See how he gets back into the body of Austin, because he knows. And this can bring the fire right here. Yeah, Gilbert Arenas bring the fire. Good use of timing. I want to see this.
Our first Bring the Fire challenge here in game 1.
All right, bring the fire. They're raising the roof here.
And think about the matchup. You've got Bullet against Austin. Here are the rules of the Bring the Fire challenge. You can challenge a shooting foul. 2 players go one-on-one. If Austin gets a stop, you wave off the foul, no points. If Bullet scores or is fouled, you count the 2 for the Aliens.
Yeah, and they'll get the ball back because they're in the bonus.
Bullet probing to the rim, denied. Austin holding his ground.
Good bring the fire by Gilbert Arenas.
No, wait, hold on. Since I won that one, do I get another one?
Gilbert.
Can I use his? Can I use his? Nope. Okay.
Gilbert's now trying to buy Rick Mahorn's Bring the Fire.
Let me get yours.
That's got to feel great as a coach when you nail it. Henry answers with the 3.
Hey, they're creeping back in. 42-47.
Still point game for the Aliens. Bullet throws it up. Stevens the roll and the finish on the alley-oop.
Great read by Dusan Stevens. I really like him going to the basket.
Henry for Stewart in the corner. Enemies within 7. Stewart throws it up, rolls off. That would have been close to a continuation. Instead, a 2-point shot for Stewart.
All right, yeah, he got his arm caught up. Good job by Stewart going into the body of Dusan. They're really doing a good job of trying to isolate and find their matchups that they like.
Rick Mahorn was thinking about it. Will not bring the fire.
No, he might. He's just hustling over there.
Up, he's back. Did he break the trigger button? Either way, time to bring the fire for the second time.
I'm not sure you should have used it right here. I don't know if I like this matchup. With no help at the basket, I feel like Elijah Stewart's, this is going to be his game.
Stewart against Bullitt one-on-one for 2 points. Stewart leans in and scores. A little more muscle in a Bullitt.
There it is right here. It goes right through the airspace of Dusan. Hey, it's not their ball. Whoa, 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 whoa. Slow down here. It ain't make it take it. It's Aliens basketball. Come on, man. Let's get it right.
Wow. Elijah Stewart and Pascal.
Scal, you nailed it.
No, I want to make sure we get it right. We had a little controversy yesterday. We got to start getting it right. Game point.
Las Manos, a 2 will win it. Bullitt, drive by Henry, Bump throws it up, shot no good. But it'll go to the line.
Now, if they call this on the shot, if they call it on the shot, they have to make a decision here. Is this a shooting foul or not?
Looked like the indication was he was going up.
Okay, so this will be for the game. If it was on the floor, it would be side out for Aliens.
Bullitt for the win. Dushan Bullitt, short. Not over yet.
Not over.
Enemies down 5. Austin put on the moves on Las Manos. Banker, no. Las Manos, first Big 3 game for Stevens. Doubled, tripled, Bullitt lines it up and wins it.
He's too good, he's too good.
Aliens a winner in game 1 over the enemies. What a finish. Dusan Bullitt, the game-winning 3 to cap a 22-point season debut. Triple team working around Bullitt for the victory. And the Aliens, new look team under Rick Mahorn, are 1-0 to start this new Big 3 season. Ryan Scalabrini's field off is going to talk with Dushan Bullitt after the victory in Chicago.
All I can do is talk trash.
Let's go to Scal with Dushan.
You don't mess around. You come in here, you pick up where you left off. Love your team. What do you think of them first day?
Hey, it's always good when you win.
Yeah.
You know, I have a different thought in the beginning of the season. I told everybody I wanted to pick TJ, Nancy's son, and try to trade him for Catino just to see who Nancy liked the most. That was my original idea, but I'm super glad that I have my teammates, ex-teammates, and my rivals, and new teammates. Everybody's like, you know, down for this, and we want to compete and to see how far we can go.
Tell me about Stevens, because I think he's probably one of the most athletic bigs in the league. Where'd you see him, and why'd you decide to pick him?
I was just being lazy, sitting home, watching basketball, and I know this guy. He was playing regional league back in ex-Yugoslavia, like Bosnia. I saw him, and then like a couple days later, I was reading the names from draft list. I said, oh, you know, I need to pick this guy up, and I called him. He was like ready to go, and that's how we, you know, started.
All right, you're gonna have a great year. Good job, Dushan. Send it back to Ed.
All right, Scal. Dushan Bullitt and the Aliens, winners in game 1. Strong finish here in the Windy City. 1 game down and 2 to go as the Big 3 off and running on opening weekend. More to come on Fire, DAZN, and YouTube after this. Here in the Windy City, Millennium Park in Chicago along Lake Michigan. Day 2 of this Big 3 season, and one game down. The Aliens emphatic finish in their victory over the enemies behind 22 from Dusan Bullet. You can follow the Big 3 and, of course, download the Big 3 app. It's available through the App Store and get it as well on Google Play. Getting ready for the Ball Hogs. Game 2 against the Killer 3's. And this is perfect time to tee up Brian Scalabrine. Scal, there's the Hall of Famer Rick Barry.
There he is. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going for the Ball Hogs. You guys know, we're going to be this neutral broadcaster here. Like, that's my team.
The colors, the green and golds,
yeah,
it lives.
Yeah, that's my team. And I want Rick Barry to do well. And I told Will McDonald to get your butt in shape, and I ended up making this phone call for my guy. This is Barbosa's jersey. Let me show you guys. Here's one guy that's going to have a great year.
Oh, Killer 3's Josh Powell, one of the returnees with Franklin Session and Dante Green, taking aim at trying to get back to the playoffs here in 2022. Scal, you have something in your hands. You alluded to the jersey. Leandro Barbosa, an assistant with Golden State. He is celebrating an NBA championship. He's not here today, so yeah. Can you go back out there and relive the glory?
I can't be the Brazilian blur, I can tell you that. Hey, I call up LB, and LB, congratulations. The Ball Hogs are yours. Like, that's a great, you have to admit, that's a great gift.
Oh, no doubt.
And all I get in return is the Warriors beat my Celtics, and now he's not here for week 1.
But you might be able to steal his jersey. How about that?
I got it. No, this is my jersey now. He's not getting this one. And got the Microsoft patch and Krause House. So I got some house. He's not getting this one back. I'm not giving this to him.
Scouts in heaven, back in Chicago where he's beloved here in the Windy City. All right, Leandro Barbosa, you mentioned, the Warriors beat the Celtics, but it was a fun couple of days for Leandro Barbosa. Again, he's with the Golden State Warriors on their staff as a player development coach. And is that a Brazilian blur or what?
There he is. I hope they show him at the end. That's what they need to do. There he is right there. So, obviously, Leandro Barbosa, one of the best players in the Big 3 in the way that they were doing this. And this squad that they built around him is a perfect fit. They needed, first of all, they need Will McDonald to be in great shape. I just saw him, he is. He lost like 30, 40 pounds. They get Iverson. They get guys to rebound and defend, and they got guys in the paint. So I think that now with Meeks and Barbosa, this team could battle. People are sleeping on these guys. They're going to be good this year.
I think Oak's coming for you, Scal. Charles Oakley back as the Killer 3's coach after a 19-year NBA career.
Yeah, Charles Oakley, he beat me to the weight room this morning. So I got nothing bad to say. Anybody that beats me to the weight room is doing something right in life. I got nothing bad to say with Oak. He was almost done with his workout as I was warming up. Unbelievable and unreal human being. I love chatting it up with Oak. Very smart individual, loves the Big 3, and knows how to win as a coach.
You don't make it 19 years in the NBA without being in shape and being a guy the teams count on. You know what that's all about. Both of you guys played here in Chicago. Oakley early in his career. Scal, you're on the later side, but when you play with a team that's beloved in a city like this, and your team that went to the conference finals, it was beloved. When you come back, there's nothing better.
No, I loved it, and it was a unique year. Derrick Rose being, you would think that everybody would love Derrick Rose and not like the rest of us, right? Because he's the guy. But the fans here were great. They loved from Luol Deng to Carlos Boozer, Derrick Rose, Kyle Korver. It was a great, great experience my last 2 years in the NBA.
Let's check out the lineups for this game number 2. They're presented by PNC Bank. And the captain, Frank Nitti, Franklin Session with Dante Green. Last year, among the Big 3 leading scorers with over 20 per game. No Leandro Barbosa, not here today. But Jody Meeks will take on a bigger role. Will McDonald, as Scal mentioned, the key in the middle for the Ball Hogs. And he's back for a 3rd season with the yellow and the green. All right, in between games 1 and 2, Brian Scalabrine, former Ball Hog, wearing a lot of hats in this one here today. Scal with Ice Cube.
All right, I'm here with Ice Cube, founder of the Big 3. So far, the league, man, it definitely, talent level has risen up.
Yeah, you know, the competition, the talent, everybody's ready to play. Everybody knows what to expect. So it's just elevating every year.
Did you have this vision when you first started this whole thing?
Yes. You know, first we was hoping they would play hard. You know, when we first started, 2017, you guys came out and set a standard. And now we're just, you know, adhering to that standard. Everybody knows Big 3 is fast and physical, and you better be ready to play. You got to have all kind of skills, know where to hide, and that's what they delivering on the court.
So you always get that game winner. Is there one part of the game that you like the most? Is it the last shot where the guy knocks down the game-winning shot?
Well, I actually like, you know, them just playing out the rules, all the rules, you know, the 1 point, you know, the 1-shot free throws, you know, our 4-point circles. You know, just seeing the rules play out where even if you down by a lot, the way our rules are, you can come back. So games end up being closer than you expect.
All right, thanks, Cube. Happy Father's Day.
All right, happy Father's Day.
Send it back to you, Ed.
All right, Scal, and yes, happy Father's Day to everybody out there from the Big 3. All right, key rules in the Big 3. Target score is 50. Win by 2. No game clock and a 14-second shot clock. Free throws, you get 1 shot depending on where the foul occurred. Whether it was inside the arc, that's a 2-point shot from the foul line. If it's a 3-point shot, you get 1 shot from the 3-point line. And if a player is fouled shooting a 4-point shot, there'll be 1 shot for 4 from the 4-point circle. Away we go, game 2. All right, Sky, you ready? Ball Hogs taking the floor against the Killer 3's here in the Windy City.
Here we go.
Killer 3's in gold, Ball Hogs in green. Meeks, Stacey Davis, Will McDonald. Against Powell, Session, and Green. This guy talked a lot about the Ball Hogs, but the Killer 3's under Charles Oakley, the core remains intact with Nitti, Dante Green, and of course the 2-time NBA champion in Josh Powell.
Yeah, I think Dante Green is like the guy that they really start to center around.
It didn't hit nothing.
Nitti plays off of him. Josh Powell plays off of him. Dante Green is tough, and he usually is their hard team to beat.
Dante Green last year, most improved player in the Big 3. Here he is, first touch, 3-pointer. Look at Nitti flying in. Powell cleaning it up, and the Killer 3's on the board.
Yeah, Nitti very active, got that defensive board, kept that offensive board alive.
Ball Hogs last year 3-5, missed the playoffs, but their best season in team history. Meeks, catch and shoot. Scout, what dimension did Meeks add to your ball club last year?
He's the elite shooter. You know, like if you have a guy like Barbosa getting downhill and he can get space, he can go off and hit 4 or 5 threes in a game.
Green never hit the rim. Meeks, floater, and the rebound to Franklin Session.
Yeah, one thing about Meeks, once he gets 1 or 2 that drop, he becomes, like, you know he can get hot.
Good D, Davis to steal, McDonald scores.
Davis, long, strong defender. I mean, this team is designed around Barbosa and Meeks, so today they got to figure out a way to sneak out a win.
How important is Will McDonald on a day like this?
Will McDonald, I think not just today, every day, because you need an inside presence. And when Will is good, When I had him that first year, and he was coming off of his season playing in Japan, he was great. Last year, because I think the pandemic and everything like that, he didn't play in Japan. He dropped off. He looks like he's in great shape. He needs to have a good season for the Ball Hogs to really make some noise.
He's 6'11", good passer. Over the top here, Davis swatted by Nitty. Dante Green gliding in.
Yeah, Davis got to hold that seal. Meeks went over the top, and there's some over-the-top opportunities in the Big Three. But I'm telling you, Dante Green could be an MVP in this league. He's that good.
He was in the discussion last year as Davis nails it. And the Ball Hogs with the advantage. 5-4 in the early going. Think about Green, ISO Joe, fadeaway here, short. Jason Richardson figures to be in the mix again. Nice entry, McDonald.
Yeah, McDonald's got to finish all those. Just take his time. He's usually got a good size advantage.
Green, too much. And Powell shoved, going out of bounds.
One thing about the Big Three, you start the game and you're like looking for your rhythm. It's not a full court game where you can just kind of flow into it.
Yeah.
Short clock all the time. So you got to like insert your game into the game. You can't just like let it come to you.
Meeks to a spot. Jody Meeks short. McDonald's good cleanup, leans in. Reverse lane's good without using glass.
And that's when he's at his best. When he puts that shoulder in guy's chest and he pins him down from blocking shots, he's going to be able to do finishes like that.
Big fella from New Orleans, Will McDonald. Session, the scoop, short tip, shallow.
Here it is.
Meeks to the spot again. This time it's good.
It only takes one for Jody Meeks. And Barbosa, I know you're listening right now. And he said the same thing. Jody Meeks makes one shot. He can go off.
A hello to the Brazilian Blurs. Green misses. And fans around the world, it's great to be with you. Day 2 of the Big Three. Meeks. He's getting good looks. Ten to 4 Ball Hogs. Right now it's an 8-0 run. Session can end it.
Here you go. Take your time, big fella.
On cue.
There you go. Charles Oak with an early timeout.
Scal, 10 straight points for the Ball Hogs in game 2.
All right. Franklin Sessions with the...
We're gonna find a winner. Let's get some music, DJC. Something's gonna make them dance. Let's see them move. Let's see them move. Hey, come on now, I see you. Who wants to be like you? Let's see those dance moves right now. Let's see what you got. Yo, I love it, man. Keep it up. Keep it up.
Day 2 in Chicago, and you are looking live at the Pig Pen. Scal, NFT ownership has taken over the Big Three, and we're seeing some of the youngest Big Three fans and some of the most dedicated with ownership stakes now in their Big Three teams.
There's a guy that looks like Luigi from Super Mario. There he is right there. Look at a little bit to your left. Yeah. Is that was that a white mama jersey? It is.
Wow.
There you go.
You need to wear the mask before we're done.
There it is right there. There's the guy. Well, they like what they see.
You gotta love it. Great to be with you. here on day 2 is Dominic Johnson missing the jumper for the killer 3's. Jody Meeks hit, almost got it to drop. And Meeks will get a 2-point shot.
There's no way I can't go with that robot. There's no way.
Oh, they're not doing the shooting foul. Interesting. All right.
Come on over here with me. There's no way I can't go with the robot.
So for the Ball Hogs, you have Davis, McDonald, and Meeks. Meeks on the cut off, leans in. Second chance. 0 for 2. Powell never hit the rim. Good awareness to finish.
Remember, this is a physical league. Like, you can't take shots and expect to get fouled and then end up not hitting the rim. It's an automatic 2 for the other team.
Davis, great versatility at 6'6". And now it's Meeks. Long 3. And a shot clock violation on the Ball Hogs. Charles Oakley back, leading the killer 3's. Let's listen.
Let's go. Go get it. Go get it. Come on. Come on, let's go. Give it to him. You got it. Get it. Red. Come on, let's go.
I think he's going to like that last 3.
Yeah, no question. They needed that.
Get into him. Talk. Hey, stop.
Oh, great tip in by Will McDonald. Nice attack for Jody
Let's go,
Meeks.
pick and roll. Get out. Go to the right. Get out, John. Get out. Go on.
Charles Oakley's team down 14-9.
There you go.
Likes this.
There you go.
And certainly likes that.
Yeah, he definitely
Let's get some stop. Keep moving the ball.
Yeah, he likes the ball movement.
Here we go.
Five to shoot. McDonald's, yes, and a foul.
That's where Will is at his best. Playing in the defense's space. Take a look on the catch. Does not mess around, gets right into Green's space, stuns Green. Green goes back, Will fades away. This is the reason why I liked him, and I took him again the following year. I'm glad Leandro Barbosa decided to take Will McDonald and make him a co-captain, because when he's good and motivated, that's the kind of play you'll get from him.
See, I think about his resume. He was the 5th pick in 2019, good choice. 4th pick in 2021, another good choice, and now he's a co-captain with this Ball Hogs team. Will McDonald, Dante Green with the answer and the trifecta.
You don't want to give Dante Green any wide open shots. Like, it takes one for him. All of a sudden now he starts getting downhill, shooting that shot off the pull-up.
Dante Green now at 7. First 3-pointer of the afternoon. McDonald at the block, ducks in. Ned was pulled, Davis there, blocked.
All right, I don't know what the call is right here. Jump ball? No?
I think the arrow says killer 3's. Karan Iverson into the game for the Ball Hogs, number 23, along with Davis and Meeks. Killer 3's with McDaniels, Johnson, and Green. Johnson doubles, Green waiting, open 3, hits up every piece of the rim, but can't get it to go. Davis blocked by Green, and a tie-up again. This time the arrow will give it to the Ball Hogs.
Davis got to be a little bit more patient. Iverson came over, set that flare screen. Let it unfold, let him cut through. You have the mismatch, don't have to rush it.
Stacey Davis, 4th pick in the draft. This is coming our way. Good swipe, Scout.
Hope I didn't mess that ball up for them.
No, that's an assist.
Hey, my Ball Hogs are up 17-14 right now. And Green's getting hot. I got to make sure. No,
like
you know what? I want the Ball Hogs to win, of course, but I'm happy for Charles Oakley. He has a good team. Dante Green, he could play, one of the best players in this league, so.
1-point game as Green's kept him in it. Jody Meeks attacks. The scoop on the run is good.
I love Jody Meeks off the move. You know, getting those dribble handoffs. People are so afraid of his shot, and in 3-on-3, that little advantage puts pressure on the defense at the rim.
He made 15 threes last year. Jody Meeks, second in Big 3. Alley-oop! My goodness! Dante Green from Dominique Johnson.
Here it is, going over the top. Green just warming up.
The righty hammer from Dante Green. We've seen it before. Killer threes within one.
Yeah, on that last play, same play with Meeks coming off that dribble handoff. Got to his space, rose up, and the defense crashed into him. So now he'll get one shot from 3 for 3 points. These are big shots, by the way.
Huge. In rhythm. Davis tipped it. Iverson short. Davis again. Iverson. And now it's Meeks. Ton of chances on that trip. Like the moves of Johnson. Fall away is good. And the foul on Iverson.
That is where you're supposed to throw in his bag. He made 17 moves on this play. Take a look as he goes one way, another way, the step back, the fade, the foul, and one. You know, it wouldn't be a bad, this wouldn't be a bad challenge. But it's a little bit early, but this wouldn't be a bad challenge knowing that it could be a 3-point play.
Rick Barry with the timeout. Let's go back to the Killer 3's huddle.
Keep playing. All you gotta do is move the ball. Ball start moving, what happens? Ball start moving, you gotta ease the bucket. Make them work.
Okay, pick it up, hold that shit.
When I'm talking, y'all can talk me, y'all go back. Let me get, he got my 30 seconds. Keep, no, you all right. Keep moving the ball. He got it going. So, do your thing. Don't overdo it. Take your time, all right? Yes, sir. But y'all gotta let him know. Play with him right now, all right?
Always good to hear from number 34 out of Virginia Union. Killer 3's up 2019.
Yeah, you're a Knick fan, right? So he's like a god to you.
He's one of the guys.
Yeah, he is one of the guys.
He's one of the guys.
Yeah.
Killer 3's down early by as many as 10. It's a 1-point game right now. Scott, what are you seeing from the Killer 3's in terms of they've got the size with Green and Powell. There's no Barbosa on the other side for the Ball Hogs. How the Killer 3's tried to take advantage of some mismatches?
Yeah, so I think offensively they're getting Green going, but defensively they've been switching most of the action. When you switch, you got to go to Will McDonald if you're the Ball Hogs. That's the reason he's out there. He can punish every small guy out there. So when he comes back and you run some action and teams switch, you got to get the ball inside to Will McDonald.
Right now it's Davis out there with Iverson and Meeks. Steps before the shot on McDaniels.
All right, let's take a look. Getting to his left hand, McDaniels. 1, 2, 3, there it is.
Here's Meeks, skips it. Karan Iverson played at Rhode Island. To Davis, blocked but fouled by McDaniels, who climbed the ladder and got too much of the body.
Well, here's Iverson on the drive. Dangerous pass from Meeks. There's the dump off to Davis. They got him with the body.
So one shot for two. Stacey Davis played at Pepperdine. And the shot's good at 6'6". There's a toughness component to him, but a versatility with his size, but his playmaking.
Yeah, versatility is big in this league. So being able to guard bigs and smalls is a big deal.
Powell scores, and the foul, and a great drive by Johnson.
Yeah, they got to figure out their pick and roll defense right now. Take a look. They don't know what they're doing. Hard show, but not staying into coverage. Good job by Powell. Solid screen, hands ready, right in the middle of the lane as he goes up for the and one.
7 NBA seasons for Josh Powell. A couple of titles with the Lakers. You won yours with the Celtics.
I did.
He got his the next 2 years.
Yeah. I think he was a road. I think he played.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He played in the regular season.
No, I mean I think in the playoffs he got an opportunity to play.
He was one of the guys.
Yeah. I remember him in that Orlando series, I think.
A couple of years with Dallas. Made his debut as a rookie when they went to the finals in 06. Here's Iverson turning the corner, and he scores against Powell.
Yeah, great body control by Iverson.
Got a good one in game 2. Ball Hogs 23, Killer 3's 22. Session back in. And Powell bumped by Davis. It's number 3 on the Ball Hogs. Again, first 25 will get us to the break in the Big 3. McDaniels, air ball. Session the tap, but he was out of bounds.
Rick Barry electing not to go with Will McDonald. I think I've put him in for at least one possession right here, just so you can get yourself to the half.
Ron Iverson, biggest guy on the floor for the Ball Hogs against Powell. Step back 3, missed it off the dribble. You look at the overall size right now. By Big 3 standards, these are 2 fairly small lineups.
For sure.
Over the top, Powell will go to the line for a 2-point shot.
And this, when you talked about the size, Ball Hogs don't have a lot of size out there. They switch to pick and roll. Meeks is in a bad way, and Powell doing work on the inside.
He was an assistant with the Rockets, go back 5-6 years. And Powell, you can see the touch. Led the Big 3 in field goal percentage a couple of years ago in 2018. He's been Mr. Steady for the Killer 3's the last few years. All right, to get us to the break, next basket will. Iverson lost the handle. Good D by Powell. Was it deflected? No, turnover by the Ball Hogs. I must say this might be because you've got the red hair, you're the white mamba, whatever it is, but the color of the court really pops here in season 5. It's a good look.
Why are you putting that on me? That's not me.
I guess I could put it on myself as Powell hits it from the corner, and we've made the break. Killer 3's 26, the Ball Hogs 23 here in game 2 in Chicago. Jody Meeks taking aim in the early going. This is the highlight of the first half. Dante Green, emphatic. A 3-point game at the break in the Windy City. halftime of game 2. This the highlight. Look at Green to the rim on the feed from Johnson. Dante Green in super slow-mo. Boom. Killer threes by 3 over the Ball Hogs. Get official Big 3 merch at store.big3.com for league and team apparel, including jerseys, hats, jackets. Get it all at store.big3.com. All right, time to take a look now at Big 3 Heat Vision, presented by Microsoft, and Brian Scalabrine. Scal, take it away.
All right, take a look at this. Now, this is day 1 of the Big 3, and a lot of people talk to me about the Big 3 and say, well, what's the game like? Well, here you go. These are the three-point shots. Here's the percentages. For whatever reason, in the left corner, they shot a ton of them, 22. But a lot of people, they like the Big 3 because it's one-on-one. They like the paint scores. They like the attempts in the paint. Because a lot of people still play basketball that way. So now we switch it over, and look at this. 63 attempts in the paint. You see it right here, shooting close to 62% when they do that. So if you like this type of play, where guys are battling, getting to the paint, this Big 3 Heat Vision by Microsoft does not tell the lie. The Big 3 is a paint game. Send it back to you, Ed.
All right, Scal, and you've lived it. You know, I mean, as a player, you see these metrics and you know where you have the most success. It can go such a long way to shot selection, matchups, everything else. These guys, Big 3, are lucky with the partnership with Microsoft as they take their game to a new level. All right, second half underway. Man, you're back in the booth. I mean, Scal making great time as Green rattles in a 3.
Killer threes really just like turn the page here. They got to establish Will McDonald down low. The Ball Hogs do.
Meeks back in, along with McDonald and Davis. Deflected, Davis open in the corner for 3. Now it hit the rim, shot clock went off, and it was deflected out of bounds, and this should simply be a dead ball rebound to Jody Meeks. Killer threes with Powell, Session, and Green.
Three seconds. Too late.
No, wave it off.
One thing about Will McDonald, you got to get him the ball a lot earlier. You got to get into your action quicker. You saw the aliens and what they ran. You see how when they got to switch, that ball was moving quick. The Ball Hogs need to take a page out of that book.
Davis holding his own against Green off the ball. Session missing from 2-point range. Jody Meeks catching fire. And Powell brings it down. Green to the spot. Corner tray is good for Dante Green.
Yeah, Killer threes really responded after Charles Oakley called that timeout, asked for more ball movement, asked for more defensive toughness.
And the Green now with 15, but the answer by Davis.
I like him.
Me too.
I didn't know a lot about him coming into this.
He never played in the NBA. He was a 4-year guy in Pepperdine.
He's got good length. He's like, the versatility is the name of the game when you talk about Stacey Davis.
He's been overseas for a while, last in Poland this year. Powell with the finish against Davis, and the Killer threes starting to really take advantage of the mismatches down low.
Yeah, Ball just can't get a stop.
A 12-2 run.
Good shot
with the finish.
Yeah, but that's not the problem for the Ball Hogs. It's on this end of the floor. They got to figure out ways to get stops. But nice take by Jody Meeks.
Jody Meeks with that finish has 7. Session breaking him down. Nitty spins. Powell open. The jumper. And there's Meeks. Cleared. Drive. Circles. Swatted. McDonald with the follow.
Good job by Will following that shot. Soft hands with the putback. But it does start here on the defensive end for the Ball Hogs.
Pick and roll. Green, the drive, the runner. Session. Squeezes, no look. Powell, one dribble. Gets it to go. And yes, and one.
Yeah, good hustle by Nitty. Gets loose ball, drive, 3-on-1 in the paint. Powell with the move, the finish, and the foul.
The little things that Frank Nitty does as Powell scores, it's a three-point play. The style points high from Frank Concession again.
And he gets it done. He was a tough cover last year, and he's a tough cover now. Dante Green, like I said, early season MVP candidate, knocks down the three in the corner, talks a little smack to the crowd.
Always great to get a terrific crowd in a city that's been so good to the Big Three over the years. Chicago showing up on this Sunday, Father's Day. Killer 3's by 8 over the Ball Hogs. Going back with Brian Scalabrine. Hey, Scott, great to have our worldwide audience on DAZN, Vire, and YouTube TV for day 2 of Season 5 of the Big Three.
And it has not been disappointing at all. Like, these guys are playing at a much higher level than over the years past in the talent pool. That's what happens.
Ball Hogs going to work. Jody Meeks from McDonald's. Jody Meeks has 7 points. Getting some good looks. Session leans in, missed. And out of bounds. Will stay with the Killer 3's.
Yeah, you're down by 8 if you're the Ball Hogs. You have to play almost perfectly now to get back into this thing. You get an open shot, you got to stick it.
Meeks on the entry to McDonald's. And a turnover by the big fellow. Dominic Johnson in for the Killer 3's for Josh Powell. So they can go a little smaller now, given that McDonald's the tallest guy out there for the Ball Hogs. Frank Concession, teammate of Damian Lillard back at Weber State. Hook shot, no. Rebound, another chance. Gets this one to go.
You got any background on the Nitty? What is Nitty? I mean, I got all your notes in front of me right here. What does that mean? Where does that come from?
The actual Nitty, you know, it's stuck from day 1 in the Big Three. Scout, we have homework to do now.
We got to figure this out.
Three-pointer's good. Dominic Johnson with the triple. But Frank Concession took the Big Three by storm 3 years ago. Time here from Rick Barry. 42-29, Killer 3's with the advantage. It's a guy who led the league in steals last year, getting it done inside.
Yeah, you know what? He's so active. His handle is on a string. And when he gets downhill, he makes the right decision at the rim. When you have that in the Big Three, you're a tough player.
He said this once. He said, I've got $1 million move with a penny finish. Nitty has a way with words.
That's what he said?
That's what he said.
I wouldn't call it a penny finish.
Okay, you got it.
But he does have $1 million moves.
He does.
I agree with that.
Okay, all right.
Ball Hogs by, or rather Killer 3's by 13 here in Chicago. You can follow Big Three basketball all across social media on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. And there are the ways to do it. Scal, we mentioned this a couple of times here on opening weekend, but season 5 of the Big 3, that's a nice number, and it speaks to what Ice Cube, Jeff Quadnitz, the entire team has done in getting it to this point. 5 seasons, year number 6, but 5 years for the Big 3.
Yeah, and I think agents and players playing overseas are like, this is the real deal. You come out here in the summer, you could develop your game, you have a chance to play in front of people, and you can compete against some guys that you've seen on TV before.
Steps here on Davis. You were around for the beginning in 2017, but there'd be those moments, you know, the last few years, a guy who's new to the Big 3, get that first game or 2 under your belt, and you realize, I better stay in shape. This is really the real deal.
I think the biggest thing is, and I think a lot of people say this, and Ice Cube just said this during the interview, there's no hiding out here.
Right.
And I think that's what I realized when I was out there playing. Like, you have to guard. You have to guard the perimeter. Big men can put the ball on the floor, and they can shake, and they can shoot. As you can see right here, guys are big and strong, and they're posting up. Here's Dante Green turned away, getting hit on the shot. Then you get switched out onto a Franklin Sessions, who I've never even heard of except for on the Drew League, and all of a sudden now I can't keep this guy in front of me. So you realize there's a lot of players out there as we get into the bring the fire.
Rick Barry's going to do it. Iverson committing the foul. Green for the killer threes. How about Meeks saying, hey, you've got to get back. All right, bring the fire challenge on a shooting foul. 2 players going one-on-one. If Green scores or is fouled, it's 2 points. If Iverson gets his stop, no points, and you take the foul back.
And you get the ball.
And you get the ball. Dante Green going to work, bringing the fire, spinning, stiff arm, shot, good, but wave it off. Steps on Green.
Steps, offensive foul, you name it, you can flip a coin on this one. Iverson does a good job. Watch him using his length, getting away from the defense. There's the push off, there's the travel. Actually, you probably could have let the travel go and called the offensive foul. There it is right here. I'm glad I was never in a bring the fire moment.
Ooh, that was a fine drill. Here's Meeks for 3. And Meeks makes a couple more. This is a different game.
Oh, that's a move right there.
Johnson lines it up and hits.
There's Franklin Sessions with his $1 million move.
The penny finish.
Oh, he kicked it out. It's smart.
Iverson to the rim. Davis snatches and scores.
Davis is going to be a good addition to the Ball Hogs.
Again, no Leandro Barbosa.
Yeah, they need their captain here. They definitely do.
Dominique Johnson breaks a point game for the killer threes. Meeks, they let him go to the rim, scores. But now the killer threes can win it here. Session against Meeks. Frank Nitty probing. Nitty crossover the drive, missed it, but he's fouled.
There's your $1 million move again. Man, this is sick right here. Take a look at this crossover and the explosiveness. There it is right there. Gets cut underneath, shooting a free throw for the win.
Killer threes. Trying to win it in week 1. Session for the win. Got it. Frank Nitty of the killer threes winning in game 2 over the Ball Hogs. Session with 4 points to close, but the game-winning bucket. And the killer threes taking advantage of a day without Leandro Barbosa and winning at 50-33 over the Ball Hogs here in the Windy City. Killer 3's getting it from a number of players on this Father's Day. Dominic Johnson, Josh Powell, Dante Green, to name a few. Powell got things started. Really effective inside. And spotting up as well. But this the highlight. Dante Green on the feed from Johnson with the big throwdown. Last year, 20-point score, showing why in this week 1 in Chicago. So the Killer 3's 0-2 last year to start. Win here on opening weekend. To Scow with Dante Green.
All right, Dante, you guys started out a little slow. Charles Oakley calls a timeout. What was said in the huddle for you guys to turn this thing around?
You know, it's first game of the season. Everybody has a little bit of jitters. I miss shots I normally make. You know, Frank missed a couple layups. We all weren't playing ourselves. So, you know, Oak told us just to settle down and play our basketball, man. Killer 3's, we're a grit and grind team. And, you know, we ended up pulling out the win.
And what are your expectations? You really came on strong towards the end of the year, one of the best players in the league. What are your expectations this year for your team and for yourself?
I just want to win. You know, we started off rocky last year. I think we lost like our first 3 games or something like that. So kind of put ourselves behind the 8 ball a little bit. But we finished strong. Should have made the playoffs. Didn't. But this year, you know, it's all on us. No excuses. We still have our core together. We got 2 great pickups in Dominique Johnson and KJ McDaniels. So, you know, we're looking to go out there and really put our mark on this league.
This your son right here?
Yeah,
what's it like? What's it like seeing Dad play on Father's Day?
It's really good, and I told him to get 2 dunks, but
you only got 1.
Yeah.
But that one was like 4 dunks, and you watch on the highlights.
Yeah, it is.
All right. Well, happy Father's Day.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
See you. All right.
Nothing better. Happy Father's Day, Dante Green. And hey, he didn't give his son 2, but he gave him this. And the Killer 3's get a W in week 1 in Chicago. Here in Chicago, getting ready for Game 3 on this Sunday, Father's Day in the Windy City. And look who we see there on the floor, Ice Cube and the Doctor. Julius Erving getting ready for Game 3. Will coach Tri-State against Power. And their head coach, the Hall of Famer, Nancy Lieberman. Yeah, yes, there is Lady Magic. Her time with Old Dominion, the Lady Monarchs in the late 70s. Nancy Lieberman, born in Brooklyn, grew up in Far Rockaway, Queens. A 3-time All-American, twice Wade Trophy winner. 72 wins in a time with Old Dominion, just 2 losses, and reaching the Naismith Hall of Fame in Springfield in 1996. And she's won a title in the Big 3 and leading Power again. Nancy Lieberman is with Brian Scalabrine.
All right, thanks, Ed. Here with Nancy Lieberman. Now, this is 50 years of Title IX. You were just telling me that without Title IX, you don't feel like you would have gotten the opportunities to do what you have done in your life.
There's no way me, Lisa Leslie, the women in the NBA, without Title IX, it's one of the most important laws. Voting rights, equality in pay, Educational Act of June 23rd, 1972, signed by President Nixon. It's changed our life.
Now, me and you were talking one day. You just talked about some of the challenges of just even finding a great basketball game to play when you were growing up. How do you go look back at it now and see how far it's come?
Well, you know what? Basketball is basketball. I was personally allowed to play and champion playing at Rucker Park, playing in New York, all the schoolyards. We need you guys so badly to continue to open doors for us of equality and acceptance and inclusion.
How do you look at this year's team for yourself coming out here with your Power team?
We're looking forward to it. You know, a lot hinges on Catino. He's amazing, but we have Royce White, we have 3 new players, and we'll just get out here and we'll represent and hopefully make Ice Cube happy.
Now, you're coaching against Dr. J today, but you had an opportunity to play against him. What was that like?
We've known each other since I was 14 years old, so we go back, we're family, but we're on the court, we're competing for the winning of the game, but ultimately a championship.
All right, thanks, Nancy. You're inspiration to all out there. Thanks a lot. Ed, I'll send it back to you.
All right, Scal. So Julius Erving leading Tri-State to this one, but they're down a really big piece. Their captain, Jason Richardson, is out for this one today in health and safety protocols. A look at last year, and the captain, Jason Richardson, nearly 17 points per game. And Jay Rich will sit this one out for Tri-State, his 3rd year with the red, white, and blue. How about Nancy Lieberman? Played against this guy growing up, Dr. J, 5th year leading Tri-State, and last year the Coach of the Year in 2021. Now the championship trophy is named after the Doctor. He wants to win his own hardware here in 2022. Now Scout Catino Mobley, one of the veterans here in the Big 3. 46 years old, you'd never know it by the output from the captain of Power. Last year, nearly 12 per game. And he might not be their top player game in, game out, but he is the emotional heartbeat of this Power squad.
Well, it's one of those things where he might not be the top player, but when it's game, you know, they got 48 points. You know that ball's going to Catino Mobley. Yeah, and it's amazing. They were good last year. He got hurt, and it was tough for them. Health in this league for some of these guys is so important, and it's amazing. As this league is getting better and better, guys like Catino Mobley can still play in it. That's truly amazing.
Let's meet the rosters presented by PNC Bank for this game number 3. And a big addition for Power, Nicholas Skeetishvili. Might remember him, 5th pick in 2002 in the NBA with Denver. 4 NBA seasons, he's 7 feet. He'll be out there for Power today. And for Tri-State, Larry Sanders. Scout, you think of rim protectors. Larry Sanders among the best shot blockers in the Big 3.
Yeah, with no Jason Richardson, Justin Detman had to step up and carry the offensive load. But you're right, like Sanders is this new breed of Big 3 players who play high above the rim, and it's a necessity. 3-on-3 without that weak side defender, guys like Larry Sanders, you can throw that ball up and he goes and gets it.
You got to look there at Garland Green. It's Gerald's younger brother. Gerald yesterday making his Big 3 debut at Bivouac. in a loss against 3's company. We'll hear from Gerald Green a bit later on here in Game 3 as he watches his brother. Pretty cool. We get Clyde Drexler watching his son Adam earlier today, and brother to brother here in the Big 3 in Season 5.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. Just imagine all the times those guys have been playing against each other, and you know, and now he's the opportunity to watch his brother play out here.
Hey, happy
Gerald
Father's Day to you, by the way.
Oh, thanks. It's usually at home I get the day off from the kids, right? But now I'm out here working, so. But I'm taking tomorrow off and hanging with the family. Tomorrow is my Father's Day. That's how I'm doing it tomorrow.
All right, ready to go. Season 5, Game 6 of the weekend. Final game today. Power in their blue uniforms. Tri-State the gray look here in Chicago today. I think Steve Mix, Dr. J's right-hand man, teammates with the Sixers. You see him there. Last words for Garland Green, getting ready for this one today.
Here is interested in how Royce White plays. He's a physical specimen out there, tough.
White, Mobley, and Glenn Rice Jr. for Power against Sanders, Denman, and Green for Tri-State. Again, without Jay Rich in this opener. On the baseline, it's Garland Green with the first foul.
Yeah, he said, I'm not letting you back me down. But you know what? You could be more aggressive in that first half. Second half, you've got to watch your fouls. But in the first half, you can be aggressive. Take a few early.
Here's Cat. Mobley. And the rebound of Garland Green. We'll see the impact. No Jay Rich early in this one for Tri-State. Denman to the rim. Stumbles. Tip, no good. Third try, Larry Sanders with the finish.
Sanders on the glass, working it.
Last year, Defensive Player of the Year in the Big 3. #1 pick in the draft, Glenn Rice Jr. Denied on cue. It's Sanders with the block.
Active, athletic, long, big. Here he comes, timing it perfectly.
Wait for it. Oh, the shot blocker salute. That's his Matumbo, I guess, as White finishes inside.
White is so strong.
Tied up at 2. Sanders pops out. And White, the rebound, turns, one dribble. I thought about it. Rice, the rookie, misses. Justin Denman and Garland Green out there with Sanders as Green misses. Mobley, catch and shoot. Green to the spot. Knows it was off. Denman fakes. Would have been a 4-point shot. Now a 3. And both teams finding their legs early on.
Yeah, it's interesting. We've seen some teams come out right out the gate hot. Not this game.
Coutinho, Mobley. Trademark fade, misses. Sanders, the seal and finish.
Yeah, great job keeping it high by Larry Sanders. Larry Sanders just knows how to play basketball, both ends of the floor. He's got a great feel for this game.
Tri-State last year was the hottest team down the stretch. Finished 6-2, #1 of the regular season. Lost in the semifinals. What a year it was. Glenn Rice Jr. Nice touch.
Well, he went #1 for a reason. They like his scoring.
Obviously, father Glenn Rice Sr., champion with the Lakers. Green stripped. And Mobley trying to sell it. Said it was off the leg of Green, but to no avail. 6'6", Glenn Rice Jr. Guarding Denman. And Denman with the long strides
yeah.
for 2.
And he reached and he kept his body on Rice as he turns the corner. I always say this about small guys. Small guys been small forever, man. They know all the tricks.
Justin Denman, 6 foot, Guarding Rice, grabbed his arm. And you know what? You take the foul on the floor versus the scoring opportunity.
All right, watch Dedmon on this play. Puts it down once, look at him keep the ball away, but it keeps his body close to Rice. Seattle guy.
Attaway. Cat turns, banks it in.
Cat knows how to score.
Denman, really a great addition last year for Tri-State. Garland Green gets a look. Tie game at 6. Final game of the day. Glenn Rice Jr. looking like senior with the 3.
Yeah, a lot of the guys who are just starting out, it takes them a while to kind of ease into their game. Once the talent usually shines through in the Big 3.
Scout, there was drama on draft night. Garland Green, you know, Bivouac was sitting there at 9 in the second round, but Tri-State swooped in as Green's fouled by White on the perimeter, and they took Green with the 6th pick in the second round. So no Green brothers on the same team, but nonetheless, Garland Green, a big addition for Tri-State in this 5th Big 3 season.
Well, if they were going to take him, why didn't they hide him out? you could have, you know, like stashed him. I did that with Will McDonald. I told Will, I'm going to take you no matter what, so you could stay at home or you could cut. He ended up going to Vegas, but there was no way I wasn't taking Will McDonald.
Very discreet. Sub for Tri-State. Dewan Summers into the game as Sanders unable to connect. Sanders and Summers with Denman as Rice doesn't get the bounce. 9-6 power. Denman ties it up.
Denman can score. Like he has off the dribble, he gets that ball into his shooting pocket and lets that thing fly.
Good start for Denman. White ducks inside, and Sanders going for the block is whistled.
Now Sanders is trying to meet White at the rim. Once White gets down to this area, he's strong, he can take his time. I wouldn't suggest that. Try to meet him a little bit earlier. Make him get into his bag a little bit more. Don't let him just walk you down right to it. Oh my goodness.
He wants that one back. You could hear short, and he knew it before anybody else. Here's a matchup of the Defensive Player of the Year in Sanders from last season against Royce White. Tied up at 9. Denman, 4-point shot, off glass, missed. The passing of White is so critical to power success. Spin cycle, rebound Mobley, and he scores.
Unreal. Just the way he got that rebound, went right up. Good job by Cat.
Took over as captain last year. Prior was Corey Maggette, a former Big 3 MVP. And Rice fronting Larry Sanders, comes in front and fouls him in the post. So for Tri-State, you have Dewan Summers out of Georgetown, a couple of years in the NBA. In and out, rebound to Rice. Summers, Sanders, and Denman against Rice, White, and Mobley. Cat. Denman look off, three-pointer is good as Rice decked him. No foul, but Tri-State by 1 and a timeout.
Yeah, Denman did a great job on that board, sprinting out to the corner and has that quick release.
Shot making, block shots galore. Sanders with the rejection and the salute, but Rice and power down by 1.
You're going to be right here. Catino, you're going to be here. You're going to be in this dunker spot right here, Nick.
I started.
You're right there. Go, pin down, come back up. Go down, come back up. Yes.
That's Clint.
Glenn, why this is happening, just go to the bucket. Follow him.
You'll be down for me.
Yes.
Jesus.
And go out.
Nick, come on, baby. You got one thing to do.
Just stay down.
Yeah, man. It's the crump cam right now. You got that crump face. You about to see yourself on this cam. Oh, look at that, man. He's so grumpy right now. He don't even know.
In Chicago, Tri-State with the early 1-point lead on Power. There's Garland Green of Tri-State. And you know what? We have two brothers here in the Big Three. You have Garland with Tri-State, captain of Bivouac, Gerald Green, joining us now. Hey, watching your brother here. You made your debut yesterday. Early thoughts on your debut in the Big Three and obviously watching Garland in this third game today.
Oh, man, I'm having so much fun being here. The debut was great. I hate that we didn't get the win yesterday, but, you know, we just learning the system, learning how the game goes. It's a very physical game. But thoughts on my brother right now, I just think he's a little nervous. He's trying to force in a little shots that I feel like he should just let the game come to him. Garland is talented. Listen, he's in this league for a reason. He got drafted for a reason. He can play the game. But I'm looking at my highlights as well, man. I had a lot of fun yesterday. It was great. I'm excited to be out there, man. I'm excited to be a part of this league. I think this league is here to come. I think this league is here to stay. And I'm just glad to be a part of it, man. I'm, looking to, do some things here.
Let me ask you, was there real draft drama? Were you guys going to pick your brother?
I definitely was going to pick my brother. I definitely was. I was.
Why didn't you stash him? Why didn't you stash and say, don't come to the tryout? You can't let other people see.
He actually wasn't at the tryout. He actually was, he's playing overseas. He was playing in Romania.
And they knew.
They knew. He had a great season. He had a great season in Romania, was putting up good numbers. He was really athletic. He's a lot of highlights. Garland can really play in this league. So, I wasn't surprised that he got picked up, but I'm glad that he got picked up. I really did. I'm glad.
What are the takeaways for you as you make your debut yesterday against 3's Company? Number one, great game. You guys, Michael Beasley and 3's Company went down to the wire, but just the rhythm of this league. You're in shape, you won a G League title, but when you come in, what was the first thought and takeaway for you about the level of play here in the Big Three?
It's very fast-paced. It's very fast. Like in a regular 5-on-5 game, you have your timeouts, you have your traditionals, walking the ball up the court, 8 seconds to get the ball up the court, then another, additional seconds to, actually 24-second shot clock. This game is, as soon as you get the ball scored, you got to take it out, and it's just a constant flow. So I was very, I took that as a challenge. I told myself I'm going to come in here and I'm going to be in the best shape as possible as I can. I didn't really expect for myself to play the whole game, but, I was very pleased with myself of being in condition. So I thought that was a challenge. That was something different that I've never been accustomed to.
Any adjustments just after the first day saying, man, okay, now I kind of understand the league a little bit better. I can't wait till next week when I could do this.
Yes, I blew opportunities these last game. I had at least 8 points where the ball will go off the glass, and Scal, playing pickup with pros, you always tend to dish it out. Yeah. And so I was just not this. I guess that was just muscle memory.
Yeah,
and so that's something that I'm telling myself this week during training that I'm going to work on that. I'm going to actually play some guys like Dumby one-on-one, but every time that I can make good defense, that I can go back up and score, because I think that's something that I haven't been accustomed to doing, and now I want to be able to implement that. So, when the next time games, anytime the ball goes off the rim or anytime I get a block shot still, I'm thinking of attack right away instead of bringing it back out, because, been accustomed to that.
Yeah,
but
those are real easy points just sitting there,
absolutely.
And they make a difference in a game.
They make a big difference. They make a big difference. It's easy points. It's not a lot of energy. It's just, and at the end of the day, you're playing 3-on-3. It's only going to 50. You can't really give up a lot of easy points. And going to 50, you want all the most easiest points you can get. You know what I mean? So.
Tie game at 17 right now, make it 18-17. Power with the three-point play. We're joined by Gerald Green. He's watching his brother Garland for Tri-State as Denman misses at the rim, and it's cleaned up, but never hit the rim. And there's TJ Klein with the bucket. Gerald, yesterday you make your debut against 3's Company. Ice Cube has spoken about the dream of bringing in some guys, new blood. big names who could thrive in this league. One was you, and the other, as the three is made by Rice, is Michael Beasley. I mean, he looked good yesterday.
He put on a phenomenal show. I hate to say that going against him, but you know, Mike Beasley is an exceptional talent. Yeah. He has the utmost respect for a lot of guys in the NBA, a lot of guys that's a professional basketball player. They looked at his journey and what he's been able to do in the game, and you know, a guy like that, you know, you wonder why he's not in the NBA because of his talent. But at the end of the day, I'm just extraordinary to see him play. The shots he was hitting, I mean, he was hitting 4-pointers off the dribble. I mean, he was, you know, he was competitive. I mean, if it wasn't for Michael Beasley being on that team, we would have beat that team by 30. And you know, and that just goes to show he was playing good defense. He was blocking dunk attempts, taking the ball off the dribble. I mean, he's going to be definitely a mismatch in this league. But, you know, to say this, you know, by him being that much of a mismatch and by him the way he keeps playing, I wouldn't be surprised if another NBA team gives him another shot, because I really feel like Michael Beasley has the talent to play in this league's game in today's game.
When you got the captain, all of a sudden your phone blow up. Hey man, I can play with you in the Big 3. Like, you should take me, draft me.
Oh man, you know what? I felt bad, but I kind of already had my team picked out.
So what'd you tell the guys? Sorry man.
Man, I'm sorry. Not even that, but you know, I had my guys picked out. I had you know, I was picking my brother, and I already knew I was picking Jeff Ayers because, you know, he's a former teammate of mine in Indiana, and we battled and we competed together a lot, 3-on-3, 4-on-4, you know, pre-game practice and stuff like that. So I was like, I'm very aware of his 3-on-3 competitive edge. So I'm like, I'm definitely picking Jeff Ayers. So
I think it's a clean block. Call it. No, you call it. That's a clean block right there.
That's clean. I'm thinking that's clean as well. That's got to be clean.
Oh, Nancy thinks it's clean too. TJ Klein, her son.
She hitting that. Bring the fire.
Bring the fire.
Look at it. Her son's on an island right now. This is like a happy Mother's Day present right here.
And Larry Sanders is a really good player. Like, he's been in the league for a long time. You know, he's well known for his defense, but you know, this could be an easy matchup for him right now.
All right, Gerald Green, bring the fire. Sanders, Klein. Look at TJ's ready. Reaching, Sanders, the length, the fadeaway. Doesn't get the bounce.
TJ Klein got a little edge to him, huh?
Yeah, he competed. No. He competed right
there. He had that assist.
Corner.
Yeah, I think he knocked down a shot. TJ's been doing his thing right here.
Okay, yeah, you're good. You're good. Go.
Guys, they don't run for power, trying to get it to the break. You love the physicality off the ball, and look at TJ Klein drawing the offensive foul against Tri-State.
And it's going to be a team foul. Yeah, TJ Klein on the weak side doing a good job. Sanders did not like it. Threw a couple bows his way. Finally, the officials called it.
Hey, Gerald, real quick, it's Father's Day.
Yes.
We have brothers in the league. You're watching Garland right now, and we have a coach's son, mother's son here in the Big 3. Here's Nancy's son, TJ, at the line for a 2-point shot.
Man, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there watching the show, man, and watching, you know, the Big 3. This is great. This day is for us. I'm a father myself. Happy Father's Day to y'all guys. You know, if anybody has kids, but it's a great day today. You know, it's a wonderful day to be watching the Big 3.
Amen. Hey, we're at the break. Thanks for joining us in this third game.
No, thank you. Thanks, man. Thank you, man. Thanks a lot. Thanks for having me. This is my first time broadcasting, so I'm you know,
anytime.
No,
swing on by.
I would love to.
All right, we're gonna hold you to that.
I would love to.
Especially after you drop that 35, you'd be like, come on.
No, listen, I'm gonna say it. I'm going for the record. I'm going for the record.
Single game or?
I'm going for the single game.
All record.
I'm going for the.
He's going for all record. I like that.
Here. Gerald Green is going to set a record this season in 2022. All right, Power by 8 at the break. 25-17 over Garland Green. Looking good in Tri-State on day 2 in the Big 3. Big 3 debut of the #1 pick in the draft, Glenn Rice Jr. Power leading by 8 at the break over Tri-State. Glenn Rice, 12 points first half, Scout 5 for 9. He made 2 threes for Power.
Yeah, he got himself going inside, and then look how cool, calm, collected he was on this shot. Tanner's not respecting that shot. Then he goes again, comes back out, takes his time, gets his feet set, knocks it down. That one looked like pops right there.
Glenn Rice Sr. to Junior here on Father's Day. All right, let's take a look at the Big 3 Heat Vision presented by Microsoft.
Yeah, take a look right there. Get a little inside, a little bit outside. Glenn Rice Jr. And I think he has another level to go to. I've seen him play a lot better, but just think of how effective he was in that first half. And I think there's another level for him to go to.
So the All-Star son, Glenn Rice Jr. making an impact. The coach's son, Hall of Famer, Nancy Lieberman, TJ Klein, made a big difference for Power. What'd you see in that first half?
Yeah, I think when he was in the game, they ran more sets and motion. When this group right here, they run more isolation. So really interesting to see TJ come in the game, move the basketball. He fought on the weak side, got to stop with the bring the fire. He was pretty good in that first half, and Power went on the run. That's where they created their separation.
Steps on Garley Green.
Oh, I'm not sure about that one.
He's not either. Here's TJ Klein. And there's his mom. And Nancy Lieberman, third-year leading Power. Hall of Famer, Lady Magic, won a championship in 2018. Glenn Rice Jr. with the stroke.
Yeah, it's a good job. You talked about Royce White and his passing ability. On full display right there, hitting the open man.
Summers can't answer. Another try. A little more to it, scores. Let's listen in to Lady Magic coaching her Power squad.
I have her mic in right here.
A little trouble with Nancy's microphone. But great to be with you. Game number 3 today, our triple header on the Big 3 YouTube channel, Vire and DAZN. Ed Cohen, Brian Scalabrine, our entire crew from Chicago. Scalia Mobley, along with Rice and White for Power against Green, Summers, and Sanders for Tri-State. Green, kick out, Summers open, hits it from the corner.
That's a great kick out on that drive, and Summers did a great job of sprinting all the way to the corner, making himself available. Saw that in the NBA Finals, Golden State Warriors, constant movement around that three-point line.
And Summers played 83 games in the NBA out of Georgetown. Guarding White, good look. Rice sets his feet. Go!
Man.
Almost got the shooter's bounce. Talk about hanging Chad. Garland Green over Cat. Never hit the rim. Royce White knows it and sticks it.
Those are big, right?
Huge.
You just, anytime you don't hit the rim, you end up giving up an easy layup.
Power 30, Tri-State 22. Sanders, no, airborne, off the back of Rice, chasing it, and kept it in. Royce White launches, too much. Garland Green now. Love Joe Green's comments to us, Scal, when we interviewed him earlier in the first half about the pace, how fast it is in a half-court game.
Yeah, it's so different. Oh, wow.
Teardrop and some. Rainmaker from Rice.
That guy's a professional scorer. Here he is right here. That's a wrong foot, 17-foot teardrop. Tough.
Timeout, Tri-State, as Power has extended the lead to 10. Well, each week fans can help select the Microsoft Big 3 Player of the Week. You can go online to big3.com or Big 3 social media accounts to vote. We will reveal the results from Week 1 next Saturday. Early front runners, I think.
I mean, that thing is called the Joe Johnson Award.
Yes. And if he scores 30 in a win, he's always the front runner.
Yeah. that thing should be named after, hey, who won the Joe Johnson Award this week? And until he's out of the league, he's always the front runner.
Len Rice Jr. getting it done for Power. Let's look at yesterday's stars. Joe Johnson, the big game against Trilogy. Beasley, Scout. There was a lot of intrigue going in, like how would Beasley's game translate to the Big 3? I mean, it was awesome watching him play. It really was.
For sure. I mean, it felt like he made every shot in the first half. You want to see what you really end up you want to see Beasley go against Joe Johnson, because Joe likes to compete. He likes to come out here, get buckets. Then there's the big name every year comes in, and Joe Johnson reminds everybody, yo, this is still my league. You know, we got new talent coming in left and right. This guy, that guy, it's still my league. So that's what you want to watch. You want to watch Joe Johnson go against some of the new guys. Glenn Rice would be an early front runner for, let's see what he could do against ISO Joe.
He's got Sanders now on a step back. Rice looking worthy of that #1 selection in the May draft as Summers hits it off the bounce. Hey, you talked about it yesterday.
Duson's another one
in
that category, you know, going into today. Glenn Rice would be in that category. But I'm sorry to interrupt you.
As Rice is fouled. I mentioned it yesterday with Joe. The moment with the Celtics in December. Omicron's ravaging the NBA, gets a 10-day hardship. He's in Arkansas, he gets a call, he's up to Boston, and he's in the game all of a sudden against Cleveland. Under 2 minutes to go, and he makes a jumper off an isolation play. I mean, for a guy at his stage to be back in the NBA via his time in the Big 3 was just an awesome moment.
Oh, yeah, big time. And I've been telling Danny and Brad, you just sign ISO Joe. Every year I go, you guys got to sign this guy. You have to sign this guy. You have to sign this guy.
TJ Klein, no, follows the miss and scores.
TJ Klein understands 3-on-3. For a guy in his first game, he's having a really good game out there.
10-point Power lead again.
Typically, you wouldn't shoot a 3 and then crash the boards, right? But in this one, in this league, you can do that.
Denman, no, but he's fouled shooting a 3 by Royce White. He'll get 1 shot for 3 points.
All right, take a look. Look, TJ misses it, but crashes in there, gets a lucky bounce, and then lays it up. He's made hustle plays, he's made unselfish plays, he makes movement plays. He's a great addition. He's exactly what you want for, you know, if you don't, not one of your main guys, but you want a guy to play like that. Energy, tough defensively, and continue to move.
TJ is 27. He played 20 games this year in the G League with Capital City, the Wizards affiliate. And 5 games in Spain as White muscles in, missed the rim. Sanders put back missed, but he's fouled. And White wanted a foul earlier. Certainly getting physical in this 3rd game. And it's going to be Sanders shooting a 2-point shot.
All right, let's take a look. He goes right up. I think what White's saying is, as I jump, you can't come underneath my legs, but you know, he kind of jumped back into the defense, so it's kind of a 50-50 call.
Larry Sanders, that's for 2. You know, we talked about it, the importance in the big 3. Number 1, a guy who can clear the glass. And number 2, a rim protector, a paint presence. Larry Sanders is that guy for Tri-State.
Yeah, and then the last one is, when you do get fouled, you got to make your free throws.
Right. TJ Klein gets the bounce.
Man, TJ Klein is about it right now. He's about this big 3 life.
TJ and Power in front in Chicago. Let's take a look at today's monster moment. Game 1, Elijah Stewart for the enemies.
Oh, he caught a body as he went up. I would have to drink about 25 Monster Energies to be able to do something like that. Maybe more.
Well, the good news is Carlos Las Manas and the Aliens won the game, but Stewart wins the moment.
Yeah, he definitely wins the moment, but the Aliens, very good team. They're going to be tough to beat the way they play. We're seeing right now, Power, another sneaky team. TJ Klein making a difference, but Glenn Rice Jr., maybe the best, one of the better scorers, not the best, one of the better scorers in this league.
Ed Cohen, White Mamba, Brian Scalabrine, our entire crew. Summers rimmed out, Klein batting it. Denman sneaks in there. Tri-State down 8. They have Denman handling with Summers and Sanders. Rice reaching, swiped it, Klein leans in, scores off the steal.
What a game.
Again, no Jason Richardson in this one for Tri-State. They've missed him, no doubt. Sanders working on White. Summers gets the bounce from 21 feet away. Glenn Rice with 17 already. Probing Denman. Rice tried to pull the chair on him, and the foul on Justin Denman.
Here's Rice. Let's see. There's the hit. Oh, yeah, got the arm a little bit. Good job by the officials. Very good job.
Rice sensing he's got the advantage with the height. Back down, push shot, got it. Glenn Rice Jr. makes it 41-31.
Yeah, he's got 19 points, took his time on that, showed extreme patience not getting that offensive foul.
Denman trying to answer, gets him up. Squeezes and finds Sanders. Klein never hit the rim, didn't have to be cleared, and Power takes advantage with Rice again. Scout, he loves that matchup at 6'6" when you go against a guy like Denman. Denman against Klein is fouled.
Yeah, Denman did a good job of snapping that head back, got his shoulders into Klein. And he'll be shooting 2 on this. He will.
Justin Denman out of the University of Washington. Missing the 2-point shot. And those are big when you're down 12. Let's check out Big 3 Heat Vision, powered by Microsoft. Scout, what have you seen?
Yeah,
Glenn
these
Rice?
are where the ball is landing. Look at all the makes, all the misses. Left front rim.
On cue.
Yeah, it's truly amazing how even NBA players, they shoot thousands of shots, yet they miss almost consistently or make consistently to one area of the rim.
Is it a matter where the shot's being taken from, the angle, the spin, a little bit of both?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of things come into play, but over the course of thousands of shots, there is a pattern.
Denman shrieks in for 2, but Power, Scout, they can feel it here down the stretch in their first game of the season.
Yeah,
45-33 lead.
They'll bring Coutinho back to close this thing out. Usually it is, but maybe he's passing the torch on to Glenn Rice Jr.
Royce White, Klein cutting in. Floater's good for TJ Klein.
Man, he looks like a seasoned pro. Usually it takes a while for you to get going in your first game. TJ Klein making all the right reads here.
Guarding Summers, missed, but the follow, Larry Sanders.
Yeah, Power can't stop playing. Remember, you can come back in a game. You could give up, you know, a 4-pointer, a couple fouls.
Point game, TJ Klein knocks it down. Lady Magic Son, game winner for Power. And on Father's Day, the mother-son combo gets the W in Chicago.
Hey, happy Father's Day, Chicago. Thank you so much.
Great opener for TJ Klein, finishing with 14. TJ Klein strokes it. Strong debut for Power against Tri-State. Final score in Game 3, 50-35. Power with the victory.